Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Lord of All. My hero has hundreds of millions of supermodels. Chapter 86. Since there are millions of territorial energy available, Su Xiao will naturally not refuse. He immediately opened the Human Lords Forum and found the relevant bounty posts. Replied. Forum user ARGX189QT2, it's Suzaku. However, it soon aroused ridicule from the crowd. What a bastard. Another idiot trying his luck. Isn't the Suzaku red? How can there be a golden red Suzaku? Suzaku is at the myth level, and the myths have been pulled out. It's really outrageous. Since when have myths become like cabbage, flying all over the sky? Don't think we don't know Suzaku from the Divine Beast clan. Su Xiao's answer was quickly drowned in a wave of condemnation. The Divine Beasts of the Divine Beast clan are very famous existences in the civilizations of all races in the world. There are even some civilizations that regard certain mythical beasts as totems. There are some such civilizations in the 3,000 realms of the human race. How could they not know Suzaku from the Divine Beast clan? Thinking of this, Su Xiao suddenly realized that there are different types of Suzakus. My own Suzaku belongs to Lihuo Suzaku. There are many people who know Suzaku, and those who know Lihuo Suzaku are probably only those within the Divine Beast clan who know about it. Forum user ARGX189QT2, this is Lihuo Suzaku. Su Xiao corrected her answer. Stop F-king your Suzaku. If you leave this Suzaku aside, do you really think it's worthless as a myth? If this were Suzaku, I would stand on my head and eat 3 ginseng. Why do these words seem familiar? Couldn't it be Qi Yun? Su Xiao looked strange. There were only a few replies under his answer, and they were basically all sarcastic. 11 for the millions of territorial energy, countless lords came to try their luck. Basically, only some answers with high likes and high popularity can be seen by the reward initiator. This actually gave Su Xiao a headache. Even if his answer was correct, no one would create the whole thing. Su Xiao briefly browsed other people's answers. They all analyzed things logically and with a serious air. Even if it is wrong, someone will like it. It seems that the trick is to write more words. If you write a lot of short essays, someone will always believe you. He clicked on the answer with the most likes and took a look. First of all, let me tell you the answer. This is the gold-swallowing fire lark, which is said to have 7 stars. Close black lens bracket. It has 7 characteristics. First, there are indeed a lot of words, but they are all nonsense. I just described all the characteristics of the giant flame bird and got so many likes. Su Xiao searched for the golden fire skylark, and it looked completely different from his Suzaku. Can these all be linked together? There are so many likes. Su Xiao felt a little numb, and others didn't believe it was Suzaku. Even if he described the characteristics of the giant flame bird and said it was a Suzaku, everyone would sneer at it. What the hell? How can I prove that my Lihuo Suzaku is Lihuo Suzaku? With millions of territory energy, Su Xiao is still very excited. How about directly sending Suzaku's panel information? Su Xiao became a little confused. In the 3,000 realms of the human race where the epic has yet to appear, the announcement of the Lihuo Suzaku panel of the mythical 6 stars does not seem to be a conscious choice. This Luian mountain range may not be stable anymore. The answer to the reward has been released. After verification, the true identity of the giant flame bird is the gold-swallowing fire skylark. It just grew a bit bigger after being fed high spiritual food. Close black lens bracket. Congratulations to Forum ID, Dream Bubble, for gaining 1 million territory energy. Close black lens bracket. Su Xiao. Ah, no. Is this verified? Is this confirmed? Where did you verify it? Lihuo Suzaku is here with me, and no one asks me. Su Xiao couldn't laugh or cry. After a long time, this million territory energy is just a farce. It turns out that they were given to their own people by their own people. It smells like money laundering. Which big force is unable to directly distribute resources to someone, so it takes this opportunity to gain popularity and give it openly and openly. It turns out the clown is actually me. Su Xiao was speechless. He felt like he was being tricked. Damn it, sooner or later I will send out the panel attributes of Suzaku. Su Xiao cursed. When the territory reaches level 5, the hero's level will be raised to level 50. Then, around the Luian Mountains, it can be called invincible. Even if there is a level 99 existence, he is not empty. By then, there is nothing epic about him. At level 50, he is invincible. By then, so what if we announce the Suzaku to the world? Group chat on rainy days and snow in Moshao. Desert Gaian. Is it really a skylark that swallows gold and fire? Why do I feel a little outrageous? Yan Yuro. Maybe it's a mutation. Yaimeng Chinzu. The golden fire skylark is not that majestic and beautiful, I don't think so. God knows and the ghost knows, indeed not. I am the chosen one. Second brother, you know. Have you answered it? God knows what the ghost knows. I answered, but no one believed it. Desert Gaian. Ah, then what is this big bird? God knows the ghost. It's Suzaku. Desert Smoke. Yan Yuro. This answer is indeed a bit unbelievable. God knows what the ghost knows. Suzakus are also divided into different types. Let's talk about it. This is the Lihuo Suzaku. I am the chosen one. Ah. Second brother. How did you know? How do I know? Su Xiao silently glanced at the Suzaku at her feet and patted its head. Suzaku chirped and turned his head to look at Su Xiao on his back. Seeing this, Xiao used the Avenue terminal to take a photo. God knows the ghost. Suzaku picture, how do you think I know it? I am the chosen one. Hold the grass. Desert Gaian. Really Suzaku? Yan Yuro. Second brother, Suzaku is a myth, you. Yaimeng Chinzu. I have a biological mother. Second brother, you didn't lie to us, did you? Because of the matter of millions of territory energy, Su Xiao felt uncomfortable with questioning. See everyone say this. He simply sent Suzaku's attribute panel directly to the group chat. Anyway, they all signed a soul contract with him, and they couldn't tell anything about him. X. Level. Mythical 6 stars, growth coefficient is 171. Level. Level 40. Loyalty. 85, diligently. Health value. 9,190. Physical strength. 10. Spell strength. 4,343. Open black lens bracket physical defense. 1,687 close black lens bracket. Spell defense. 2,566. Skills. Nanming Lihuo, space jump, godly fire explosion. Evaluation. Divine bird Suzaku, flame supreme. Desert Gaian. Yan Yuro. Yaimeng Chinzu. I am the chosen one. FK, 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 FK. Damo Gaian. Gen Nima is Suzaku. Second brother, you have mythical troops. Yan Yuro. I regret it so much, really regret it. I shouldn't have signed that confidentiality contract in the first place. Yaimeng Chinzu. Second brother is too fierce. I am the chosen one. It's not like I can't say it, but if I say it, I will lose my mind. I am the chosen one, so there is only one chance to show off. God knows that Guixiao is my second brother. He has mythical troops. Damo Gaian. It's still the mythical 6 stars. Damn it, I feel like I suddenly have no desire to develop the territory. Yan Yuro. Speaking of my second brother, the higher the level of soldiers and heroes, the harder they are to tame. Yan Yuro. How come you, a mythical Suzaku, have a loyalty level of 85? God knows and ghosts know, maybe they like me more. Loyalty. There are 3 mythical 9-star heroes in the territory, so why worry about not improving the loyalty of the troops? Desert Gaian. Second brother, you are so fierce. No wonder you have to hide your identity. Your decision is correct. Damo Gaian. If foreigners know that our human race has a myth, then the war will almost come. Everyone knows. God knows that Guixiao has always wanted to conceal his identity. So, they no longer ask who he is. In the future, when the 3,000 interfaces of the human race are established, all the truth will be revealed. The human race, which has no epics, actually has myths. If this matter were to be known to those holy places in the world of cultivation, I am afraid they would not treat the second brother like a grandfather overnight. Yan Yuro's face was complicated, feeling that everything was lifeless. No, you can't think like that. If this continues, the distance between you and him will become increasingly distant. You are the future of the world of cultivation, the saint of the pinnacle civilization of the human race. Yan Yuro's eyes showed determination. Even if she couldn't catch up with the mysterious figure, she would try her best to move forward and see his back clearly. Congratulations, the level of your mythical 3-star defense tower, Sun Shooting Tower, has been increased to level 40. Close black lens bracket. Finally, the level of the last Sun Shooting Tower was raised to level 40. Since then, 2 Torin calling orders have been used. The levels of 2005 Lihuo Suzakus and 100 Sun Shooting Towers have all been upgraded to the upper limit of the territorial unit level. Su Xiao took a deep breath and her eyes flashed. His Suzaku was spotted by 157 people. Simply let the Suzakus set up a wall of flame outside their territory to block anyone from approaching. The next step is to upgrade the territory to level 5. But before that, everyone should have a good rest. For the upgrade of Lihuo Suzaku and Sun Shooting Tower, he can be said to be quite exhausted. It is not easy to stop the impact of so many legendary Torin. Zhondao, heroes with unlimited energy and stamina are okay. Su Xiao chose to go back to Blue Star to take a nap and spend some time with Su Xiaoxiao. Find some business by the way, accumulate some karma fire energy, and improve the ability of the infernal armor. At the same time, somewhere in the world of cultivation, there is Changyu, a fairyland. Shengyao Pavilion held a discount event and was overcrowded. I really met a level 99 boss. You haven't seen how powerful he is. He looks very young, only in his 20s. Lead 3 heroes to fight against a king-level boss. Do you believe it? That Minotaur King looks terrifying. He has more than 600,000 blood. Dao Menglu, who came here to buy Zuyandan, talked eloquently. The other monks listened and were stunned. Torin. Yan Yuro walked forward with a look of surprise on her face. She remembered that Suzaku, who knew everything about ghosts and gods, had just fought a battle with a minotaur. See the holy lady. Dao Menglu and other lords quickly bowed and saluted. Although they were senior lords, they couldn't put on airs in front of Yan Yuro. Don't talk about them. Even those who have entered the 100th level realm must be respectful in front of Yan Yuro. Cultivation civilization, saints are revered. Tell me what you just said, again. Yan Yuro said softly. Yes. Dao Menglian looked excited. Describe everything in the secret world of the Torin in detail. He also described the face of the level 99 boss. Yan Yuro smiled. Second brother, I seem to have discovered your secret. Perhaps your territory is not the only one that has entered the mythical realm, but your car type. The human race also has its own mythology. How high will you lead the human race in the future? Su Xiao returned to Blue Star. After sleeping all morning, I felt full of energy, and then picked up Su Luoluo from school. As soon as she got home, Su Luoluo took off her shoes, stepped on the wooden floor with her little feet in white stockings, and trotted all the way to excitedly turned on the TV. Seeing this, Su Xiao smiled and said nothing. In the past, there was no TV at home, and Luoluo's life was very difficult. She became sensible when she got up very early. Now, he is happy to be able to play like a child. He didn't expect his son to become a successful person, nor did he have the slightest desire to urge Su Luoluo to study. Su Xiao sat on the sofa and watched cartoons on TV. The content shown inside is about the Lord. What is it called? Lord of All, Zero-Arm Building Maniac. The top talent of awakening myth at the beginning is quite outrageous. Not developing arms, just building buildings. Isn't this cartoon a little too sexy? Looking at the adaptation of the words, based on archaeological remains, Su Xiao shook her head dumbly. He took out his cell phone and dialed Bai Jia's number. Sister Bai, how's the order situation going? Su Xiao asked. There are currently 3 organizations. One is the female boxing organization infiltrated by foreign forces. The second is vampire entrepreneurs who speculate in real estate, use leverage, and transfer funds to flee. Third, there are terrorist organizations that have been in constant turmoil on the Eurasian border. Bai Jia gave the choice. Which one has the most people involved in evil? Su Xiao asked again. Female boxing organization. Where did those vampires escape to? America. On the Eurasian border, that kind of terrorist organization should have armed support, right? America, too. Good. Su Xiao hung up the phone. In today's Blue Star landscape, Kyushu ranks second in comprehensive national strength. Ranked first is the United States from America. They have always had the ambition to dominate the world. Dominated Japan and Korea in Asia. Dominate Britain, France and other countries in Europe. The Kyushu kingdom, which was unwilling to surrender, became a thorn in their side. Su Xiao looked at the intelligence information sent by Bai Jia and snorted lightly. The structure of this world should also change. Since the birth of a legend in Kyushu, Yi Zicho's name has been known all over the world. Other countries have become riotous and tense. The Kyushu kingdom is friendly to the world and values peace. But that doesn't mean they won't fight back, since they have the momentum to launch World War III. Su Xiao decided to extinguish this flame completely. Beep beep beep. The psychiatric director sent a message to Su Xiao. It's about the Global Lords Budokai. It will start in 3 days, and the venue is exactly in the United States. Under the current momentum, it feels like a banquet at Hongmen. Su Xiao took a look, turned on the internet on her mobile phone, and began to look up those outrageous remarks about female boxing. According to IP, Bai Jia has locked many big V's in scarves. The first emperor is a female. Looking at this message, Su Xiao was not angry in her heart, but instead smiled bitterly. How stupid do you have to be to believe this? Accepting a gift doesn't mean I agree. Looking at the outrageous remarks, Su Xiao locked a target and took action immediately. Luoluo, I'm going out tonight. Okay brother, stay safe. Su Luoluo looked away from the TV with difficulty and waved her hand at Su Xiao. Su Xiao waved and went out. These guys incite antagonism between men and women, create social divisions, challenge public order and good customs, and create historical nihilism. It is completely impacting people's value system, destroying ethics and morals, and deconstructing ideology to achieve ulterior purposes. Su Xiao murmured softly. He was focused on the road to becoming a lord and paid little attention to the public opinion on the internet. I didn't expect this to be so serious. Those profit-seeking platforms do not even curb these remarks, but instead increase publicity and create hot spots. In an era where traffic equals money, too many people have no bottom line. In Kyushu, where there is freedom of speech, making these remarks is a complete loophole in the law. The people above are not easy to do things, but it does not mean that Su Xiao is not easy to do things. Are you the person whose ID is Tang Niubi Yu Tang? Su Xiao looked at the frightened woman in front of her, frowned and asked. This woman is ugly and fat. It is completely different from the image on the internet. Although I heard that there are some beautification functions that can even take pictures of people's faces with their shoes, Su Xiao was still shocked when she saw it with her own eyes. The incredible beauty, coupled with the magic of makeup, is simply scarier than painted skin. At least painting the skin can't change a person from 100 kilograms to 100 kilograms. The initial panic dissipated, and the fat ugly girl became ecstatic. How dare a man enter her home without permission? If this were exposed on the internet, I don't know how much heat it would create. You can definitely take this opportunity to crusade against male sins. She was trembling with excitement and took out her mobile phone to take pictures of Su Xiao. Seeing this, Su Xiao frowned and waved. Blood flowed, and the fat ugly woman knelt on the ground, her face distorted. She looked at the ground, holding the phone in her hand, and fear filled her heart uncontrollably. You. The fat and ugly girl looked at Su Xiao, her eyes filled with fear. The pain of a broken wrist made her nose and tears run down her face. It's just the pain of breaking my wrist, and I'm in such a state of embarrassment. How did you pass the pain tolerance course taught by the lord of the school? Looking at the fat pig squirming on the ground, Su Xiao looked disgusted. It would be disgusting for him to kill such a person. ... I want to expose you. You will never escape the punishment of the law. Just wait to die. The fat ugly girl was stimulated by Su Xiao's words. She was most annoyed by other people's comments in her life, let alone from men. Between them, they all praise each other for their beauty and good figure. Exposure. Let me help you. Su Xiao picked up the fat ugly girl's mobile phone, exited the photo page, logged into the app, and started the live broadcast. Seeing this scene, the fat and ugly girl was stunned. Suddenly, she seemed to have thought of something, and said in horror. Beauty, you forgot to turn on beauty. Su Xiao glanced at her in surprise. Is this guy's cerebellum fully developed? Don't understand where you are now. The bloody live broadcast has begun. The platform immediately wanted to ban the account, but found that the server had been invaded and could not ban the account. Holy crap, who is this fat pig? Why is he in Tang Niu Bu Tang's live broadcast room? Where is my good sister? Hand is broken. If there is blood, call the police. At the beginning, only fans of Tang Ren Bu Tang Wang Jiao poured in. But soon, more and more passers-by entered the live broadcast room. Nima, this fat pig is Tang Niu Bu Tang who has the rhythm every day. You must be punished. Laughing to death, God finally opened his eyes. The barrage scrolling in the live broadcast room. Suddenly, a scream rang out, and all the viewers in the live broadcast room held their breath. A shoe stepped on that fat face, and accompanied by the sound of the facial bones breaking, an earth-shattering scream rang out. Soon, the scream stopped, because there was no air circulation in the face and mouth under the stamp. At this time, my name is Evil Slayer Fei. A male voice came out. This person colluded with foreign forces to cause social unrest and committed a heinous crime. Now, who's punching on the internet? Who should I kill? Regardless of whether they are cheating or not, whether they are men or women. With a slight movement of the sword, the fat ugly woman's head was chopped off. The blood surged out from the carotid artery and sprayed on the phone lens. There was total silence in the live broadcast room. This is a special effect. Special effects. Can your special effects be so real? The live broadcast of killing people is a bit scary, to be honest. Why is there no ban? Barrage after barrage scrolled on the blood-red screen. The audience in the live broadcast room shuddered involuntarily. Especially those who like to fight on the internet and never have to take responsibility for their words and deeds online. Even if you have received the bloody classroom education from the Lord, you will still feel a chill in your heart if you step into the shoes of Tang Niu Bu Tang. Then immediately after that comes shame and anger. Why should you be afraid? Were you really scared by him? With so many people across the country, can you find me? How many people are boxing online? Even if you really kill, can you survive? Can you escape legal punishment? Find him quickly. You dare to live broadcast murder. What is the law on the 5th day of the 5th grade? Oh my God, men are so scary. Everyone is talking nonsense and bragging on the internet, but I didn't expect him to be serious about it. Family, who knows, there are such murderers in the world, I can't sleep. What have women done wrong? Are they inherently guilty? Should they be sentenced to death? Demonstrating justice for Tang Niu's failure to Tang, we will march tomorrow to bring the man to justice. For a time, the internet was full of people. The name of the evil killer spread all of a sudden in Juzhou. Of course, the word, evil killing, is absolutely not recognized by the extremely evil female boxing organization. 057 Su Xiao's behavior did not deter anyone. They are used to being free on the internet. A person can have dozens or hundreds of accounts. Some people were falsely accused by them, and they called the police to investigate and prosecute them in court. It turned out that the account ID belonged to an old man. He was living happily abroad and could not be arrested at all. What a death! What kind of person is Tang Niu? Are you pretending to be blind? When such people live, they are a scourge to society. Didn't you hear what people said? She is colluding with foreign forces. This is called rare. Do you understand? There is also a group of people who choose to support Xingxi, the evil slayer. However, under such bad behavior, their support is just a boat capsized by the sea. The voices on the internet are almost overwhelming. It is said that only children who cry a lot get milk. People who make a big fuss will always have someone to comfort them. Compared with men, women are more vocal, and their vocalization rate is dozens of times higher. Soon, Juzhou issued an announcement and launched a comprehensive investigation into the live broadcast murder incident. However, this was unable to quell their anger. Su Xiao's behavior was like opening Pandora's box. Just for an opportunity, the extremely evil female boxing organization completely released its demonic nature. They ran to the street and aroused the crowd. Down with the guilty man! Down with the guilty man! Down with the guilty man! Seeing this scene, Su Xiao couldn't stop laughing. He was the one who opened this Pandora's box. How can evil be revealed without opening the magic box? In his opinion, it was not Pandora's box. That's a demon mirror. Live broadcast demonstrations were held across Kyushu and across the country. There are a few people at a small number, dozens or even hundreds of people at a large number. They occupied lanes and brought traffic to a standstill. Shouting slogans, "I'll lend you your knife," Su Xiao said. The butcher, sharpening his knife, looked at Su Xiao blankly and swallowed. It's already night, what's this guy doing borrowing a knife? Why did he suddenly show up at my house? It's so scary. Do you want to find a chance to call the police? If I don't lend him money, will he kill me? After the butcher figured it out, he handed the knife to Su Xiao with difficulty. His level is very low. Killing a guy like this from Wying would be as easy as squeezing an ant to death. Then there is no need to borrow a knife. Thank you. Su Xiao held the butcher's knife in her hand and wrapped a bandage around her wrist. Little brother, what are you going to use this knife for? The butcher asked with courage. Kill. Su Xiao grinned. The butcher was so frightened that he sat down on his buttocks. Don't worry, I'm avenging you. Su Xiao looked at the butcher's panic and comforted him. Revenge, revenge, the butcher said unclearly. You have been falsely accused of rape. Winning the lawsuit cost me everything. Time, energy, financial resources, your youth are all spent on this. You need to collect evidence yourself to prosecute the perpetrators of various false accusations. In the end, you won the case, but you were pretty much crippled. The perpetrators are at large and they are living happily abroad. Don't you hate it? Su Xiao stared at the butcher. The butcher's eyes suddenly turned red as he sat on the ground. Thinking back on what I have experienced over the years, I feel trembling. You are. The butcher looked at Su Xiao. I am the evil slayer. BBCF, I will seek your justice. Anyone who is left unpunished will fall into the 18th level of hell. Don't worry, I won't let any of them go. After Su Xiao finished speaking, he walked away. The butcher silently watched Su Xiao's back with tears streaming down his face. After more than 10 minutes, he stood up slowly, his eyes bright. Even though Su Xiao has disappeared, Su Xiao's words are still echoing in his ears. Great, great. The butcher was so happy that he burst into tears. He persisted for so many years, fighting those boxers. All for justice, all for innocence. More importantly, don't want them to get away with it. God opens your eyes, God opens your eyes. Wiping away his tears, the butcher turned on his cell phone. On the internet, the top 10 hot searches are all about land evildoers. Without hesitation, he joined the ranks of supporters. Scream. Why don't you keep shouting? Hit the guilty man. I'm right here, why don't you come over? Su Xiao looked at the dozen women parading in the middle of the road with confusion. The dozen or so women looked at the butcher's knife in his hand and were extremely frightened. Are you the evil slayer? Someone said. There was a slight tremor in his voice. Not far away, there were many onlookers. The traffic here was paralyzed by the women marching. This made the drivers very depressed. After saying a few words, they were scolded bloody. Now, the evil slayer has arrived. They don't even dare to fart. Congratulations, you got the answer right. Get the reward and be qualified to enter the 18th level of hell. Su Xiao moved forward with the butcher's knife and opened Tang Niubi Yu Tang's live broadcast room. Wipe the phone lens. The bloody live broadcast continues. Help, help. The boxers who were still so arrogant just now fled in panic. However, in front of Su Xiao, no one can escape. Shocked, the evil killer commits another heinous crime. Close black lens bracket. The appearance of the evil slayer is exposed, he is an 18-year-old newcomer lord. Close black lens bracket. How terrible it is for a guilty man to become a lord, please see the analysis here. Open black lens bracket. Evil killer, Qingzhou Su Xiao, close black lens bracket. Horror. More than 10 demonstrations were massacred by Su Xiao live broadcast. The capital of Jizhou is furious, Qingzhou's arrest efficiency is low, allowing sinister people to commit many crimes. For a time, the network completely exploded. The boxers on parade chose to go home in great embarrassment. They hid under the covers and continued to denounce the evil killer. Labor and management are at home, what can you do to me? Security doors, security windows, all locked. A fat woman huddled in bed, tapping the screen of her phone quickly with her fingers, and snorted coldly. Hello, your express delivery. There was a knock on the door. No, It wasn't a knock on the door. The sound of tapping on the edge of the bed was very close. The fat girl raised her head with difficulty and looked at the man holding the butcher's knife, her lips trembling. Over the years, I have earned a total of 255,420 yuan from boxing, most of which are from the United States. Thank you for your hard work. Su Xiao smiled. I will give it all to you. I will give it all to you, please don't kill me. The fat girl burst into tears. Your attitude makes it difficult for me to do this. Don't forget, it's live broadcast now. Your sisters all say that you will never give up until you die. Su Xiao patted the fat girl's face with a butcher's knife, with a gentle smile on her face. I don't want to either. I don't want to do this kind of thing. What can I do? What can I do? It's such a stinky skin. No one wants to sell it. This is the only way to make money. The fat girl burst into tears and played a sensational drama. Ha! Su Xiao sneered. In your eyes, apart from selling, the only way to make money is boxing. Still colluding with foreign forces. Hearing this, the fat girl felt that she was in trouble and cried even louder. Now in the live broadcast, this evil killer should not kill a poor person. As long as you show enough pity, admit your mistakes, and admit your mistakes to a high enough level, then any crime can be let go. She has been here like this for all these years. The fat girl's mind was running at high speed, and she was crying while thinking of rebuttal to Su Xiao's words. Suddenly, her eyes lit up and she was about to retort. Butcher knife. Cut off the head. The fat girl's eyes were filled with shock. Sorry, I'm very busy and can't listen to you anymore. Su Xiao looked apologetic and withdrew the butcher knife. Which other sister wants me to patronize you next? Send me the address. Why aren't you talking? Su Xiao looked at the camera doubtfully. Anyway, his appearance has been exposed and photographed by passers-by. He didn't bother to hide it anymore. The evil killer live broadcast room, where the crowd had just been furiously condemning and cursing, had now dissipated. Although it has hundreds of millions of views, few people have posted comments. Oh, it's really troublesome. Let me look for historical records. I just sent out addresses, there are so many of them. Su Xiao started playing with her phone. Why have everyone cancelled their accounts? Su Xiao looked surprised. Seeing the evil slayer looking so rampant, someone finally couldn't help it anymore. Damn it, labor and capital are in the United States, if you have the talent, come and do it. Seeing this barrage, Su Xiao calmed down. It's time to go abroad. Hold still, Asian. If you move again, we will shoot. Several big white men in police uniforms aimed guns at Su Xiao. Gun weapons are still very threatening to lords with low defense. The fire of karma burns, and the black armor protects the body. Sorry, I have to take this person back home today. Su Xiao apologized. A random figure flashed, and a carload of police officers were knocked unconscious to the ground. He walked slowly towards a villa. What a rich family. I don't know how much money I have made over the years and how many people I have harmed. You think so, Yuan Zi? Su Xiao just finished speaking. Bang, a sound. Your marksmanship is far from perfect. Su Xiao walked behind the wall. A woman holding a gun looked at him in horror. Yuan Ji, one of the leaders of the extremely evil female boxing organization. As you wish, I'm here to find you. Thank you for calling the police in advance to greet me. Now, I will take you back to the country. Su Xiao said, holding a butcher's knife and approaching Yuan Yu step by step. It was like stepping on Yuan Zi's heart step by step, making her tremble all over. Suddenly, Yuan Ji smiled, and the panic on his face disappeared in the blink of an eye. Do you think I'm really afraid of you? Haha, evil slayer, I was just pretending. Are you feeling happy? I used to feel quite comfortable when I was condescending. Arlie. Yuan Zi clapped his hands. Boom. The wall was blown open, and a huge fist hit Su Xiao's head. Su Xiao pulled back and dodged. A strong black man, shirtless, stepped in through the hole in the wall. He was all muscular and stared at Su Xiao fiercely. Let me introduce, my little pet Ali was once a level 50 lord. Yuan Zi laughed and put his hand on Ali's shoulder. Ali squatted down, held Yuan Zi's thigh with his hands, and lifted up. Amid Yuan Ji's exclamation, her butt sat on Ali's shoulder. There are guests here, Ali. It's not good for you to be like this. Yuan Zi chuckled. I won't affect your fight, right? Just a new lord. Ali snorted coldly. We, black people are powerful. It's not like a grasshopper, it's vulnerable. Yuan Zi looked at Su Xiao jokingly. Why, evil slayer, when you heard level 50, you were so scared that you didn't dare to move. In the final analysis, he is just a guy who bullies the weak and fears the strong. He's still killing evil. Yuan Zi sneered and waved to Su Xiao's mobile phone for live broadcast. A man like you, work hard for someone like her. Su Xiao looked at Ali suspiciously. He was once a level 50 lord. According to the average development speed of Blue Star lords. I have been in the endless world for at least several years. Why worry about not finding a job when you come out? She's fine. Ali looked at Su Xiao and said contemptuously, it's you Asian men who are bad. Seeing this, Su Xiao shook his head dumbly. Ally, you are talking nonsense to him. Tear off his head and use it as a ball for me to kick. Tomorrow I will call the sisters and hold a football match. Just use his head. Yuan Zi, who was sitting on Ali's shoulder, patted Ali's head. Okay. Ali moved his fists and directed Su Xiao. It's over. The evil slayer won't be hanging here, will he? It's true. Su Xiao, why are you so crazy? He died abroad, and we couldn't give him any compensation. This is a level 50 lord. Ah, level 50. Don't you know about the last Jilajai incident? The Jilajai incident, is that related to Su Xiao? Isn't he the new lord? Okay, pretend I didn't say that. People in the live broadcast room looked at Ali who came forward. The expressions are different. Some people are worried, some are laughing, and some are admiring. Su Shen, he really likes to seek justice. Little stars appeared in Long Chao Chao's eyes. In the picture, Ali walked closer. He stretched out his hand and held Su Xiao's head. This was just a new lord, and he didn't take it seriously at all. The strength gap between lords is difficult to bridge. Practicing the same technique with a slightly higher level can overwhelm the opponent. He is a level 50 lord, killing new lords just for fun. Whoosh! The butcher's knife flashed past. Heads fell to the ground. Blood sprayed on Yuan Zi's face. The smile on Yuan Zi's face froze. She lowered her head stiffly and looked at the ground. The head that fell to the ground still had a slight expression on it. That's Ali's head. She widened her eyes and looked at Su Xiao in fear. Her trembling caused the headless body to fall. Yuan Ji fell to the ground and raised his head in fear, looking at Su Xiao. Kill the bad guy. Infinite Karma Fire is triggered, and you gain 1 point of Karma Fire energy. Close black lens bracket. Don't kill me. The smell of urine, accompanied by the smell of blood, filled the space. Yuan Zi put his hands on the ground and shrank back tremblingly. Don't kill me, don't kill me. She had no time to think about why such a young newcomer lord had such terrifying strength. With just one blow, Ali was instantly killed. She just wants to survive and enjoy a good life. With her current financial resources and power, she is enough to surpass tens of millions of people. Point 0. Looking at those farts, she seemed to feel like a queen. She doesn't want to die. Don't worry, I won't kill you. I'll take you back home. Su Xiao picked up Yuan Yu with one hand, like picking up a chicken. Thank you, thank you. Yuan Zi burst into tears. Even if she returns to her country to face legal sanctions, she doesn't want to die, let alone die at the hands of the evil killer. Early next morning, Jizhou, Capital Square, a woman whose hamstring was severed fell to her knees. The rising sun shone on their lifeless faces. The square was crowded with onlookers. But no one can step into it. Wind magic and wind pressure form a barrier. Blocking them, they can only see but not enter. Yuan Zi looked at the crowd around him and said in a hoarse voice, "Save me, save me, save me." She had been shouting all night. Some people showed sympathy. The strength of this evil slayer is too strong and too rampant. There are also some people who feel great pleasure. They are all victims of female boxing's false accusations. Online, all talk about female boxing disappeared. Those former Big Vs have their accounts cancelled one by one. All those outrageous remarks were deleted, as if they had never existed. Tell me, did they starve to death first or sunbathe to death? Su Xiao asked curiously. She must have died of thirst. Bai Jia rolled her eyes. If you make such a big move, the international situation is not optimistic. The United States is already condemning you, saying that you violated human rights and wants to send troops for transnational law enforcement. Transnational law enforcement? That's not necessary. Su Xiao shook his head. I'm about to go there. Su Xiao grinned. Internationally, there is a lot of condemnation of the evil killers, and there is a lot of condemnation of Kyushu. Fierce and cruel, it sticks to the body like a brand. Ah, what are you going to do? Bai Jia had an ominous premonition. Don't they believe in Jesus and God? Su Xiao raised her head and looked at the sky. I want them to write to someone else. Open black lens bracket shocked. Kyushu has no human rights and freedom, close black lens bracket. The United States denounces the murderers, and police around the world will conduct cross-border arrests. Angrily scolding Kyushu for inaction. Can't you control a new lord? Close black lens bracket. The impact of the global bloody live broadcast has opened the door to evil for those who follow evil. Close black lens bracket. Look closely at the Chinese-American woman in the square, a poor person burned by the scorching sun. Close black lens bracket. Global scolding, public outrage caused by Kyushu. Media, officials, and people around the world have all denounced the actions of the evildoers. When the people woke up early in the morning, they were confused. After checking what happened, they all joined the crusade. America's voice as a country has a great influence on a global scale. At the same time, Su Xiao walked on the air. The wind elements around him flashed, and he moved quickly in the space. Soon, he arrived directly over the United States. Since he was still on live broadcast, he was immediately targeted. Boohoo! 327. Patriot air defense missiles poured out. The flames spurted, pulling up hundreds of fluffy white mist. Head straight towards Su Xiao. Su Xiao lowered his eyes and glanced downward. The strong wind pressure shook downwards, as if there were huge palms squeezing the air between heaven and earth. Boom boom boom. The roar of the missiles was endless, and the flame waves blew up Su Xiao's forehead. He remained expressionless, waiting for the dust and smoke to clear. Not far away, Tian Dao's figure appeared. Now that you know I am the Lord, isn't your greeting with this salute a little too low priced? Su Xiao said lightly. Ha ha. Among the 7 figures, Ren Fu did not hide his joy. He looked at Su Xiao and was ecstatic. This Su Xiao, such a young lord, has such unparalleled strength. It's simply a big worry for them. Unexpectedly, the other party actually came to the door and committed this unforgivable heinous crime. Now, they are already on the side of justice. Justice will win. As long as Su Xiao is defeated, their reputation will rise uncontrollably. At that time, Kyushu was severely damaged and the world was unified. Kingsley is already fantasizing about a better life in the future. Su Xiao, I admire your courage. You dare to come here alone. Are you ready to go to hell? Kingsley looked at Su Xiao with a cruel smile. At the same time, people around the world crowded into the live broadcast room of Tang Niu Bu Tang to watch the end of this farce. Oh my god, that's an American terrier. Each of them has reached level 90. He's a textbook character. He's just trying to catch a murderer, isn't he? What do you know? Evil slayers are lords who can be resurrected after death. What they do is to prevent evildoers from even having a chance to commit suicide. Indeed, after committing such a crime, it would be too easy for him to escape back to the endless world. My god, the evildoer is finally about to take action. It really scares me to death. Axie, pity those people in the square who were burned by the sun. Kyushu didn't send anyone to rescue them. Xiba is really a rubbish country. Shiva bless, Ganges bless, we must get rid of the evil slayer. You can be found dead, people from Kyushu, their crimes are extremely heinous. Countless onlookers from all over the country watched this scene. At the same time, Kyushu, the imperial capital. Lao Bai, can't you even do anything about it? The head of the 9 provinces looked shocked. The Lord of Qin, an old man wearing white clothes, with gray hair and a childlike face, sighed. The protective power of the Wind King's barrier is indeed huge. With my ability, it is difficult to break through. Even if we force a breakthrough, the entire Jizhou will cease to exist due to the energy explosion caused. The old man's name is Bai Haomiao, and he is the strongest man in Kyushu. At the same time, he is also a level 99 lord. Listening to Bai Haomiao's words, Lord Qin smiled bitterly. He looked at the people kneeling on the square, suffering from the scorching sun at noon, and groaned. Although the onlookers had dispersed, there was no way to rescue them. Such bad events have great international impact. He is just a new lord, how could he set up such a powerful Wind King barrier? The Lord of Qin murmured softly. That's what I'm confused about. Bai Haomiao held a tablet in his hand and watched Tang Niu Bu Tang's live broadcast. His power, may be beyond anyone's imagination. The Lord of Qin sighed. No matter how strong you are, your actions are too cruel. Because of Yi Zichou, we in Zhuzhou are currently walking on thin ice. Except for the First Lord, where else can legends exist? Every country in the world doesn't want to see us produce another legendary lord. Su Xiao's behavior can be said to make Wuzhou worse. Maybe. World War III is coming soon. The Lord of Qin looked sad. Quote. Su Xiao's behavior is a bit too much. Bai Haomiao nodded. However, the king does not need to worry too much. Oh. Lord Qin was stunned for a moment and looked at Bai Haomiao in confusion. All major countries in the world have level 99 legendary lords. Once they withdraw from the endless world, they will unite to crusade against Kyushu. By then, a world war will begin. How could he not worry? Su Xiao, his resume is extremely extraordinary. He destroyed Ji Lejai and the international criminal organization in northern Myanmar. Judging from the results, he succeeded. As a new lord, he has only been developing in the endless world for more than 10 days. Whether it's an inheritance that has gained overdraft potential. There are still external blessings from heaven-defying props. He can have such an opportunity and have such strength. I think he should be fully prepared for committing such a crime. Bai Haomiao said in a deep voice. But he is about to submit to the law. Lord Qin couldn't help but say. Alone, head to American base camp. Faced with the siege of multiple top Blue Star experts, it was hard for him to imagine that Su Xiao could survive. Maybe he can't even escape or commit suicide. It was obvious that Su Xiao had been dazzled by the name of Evil Slayer. Su Xiao simply didn't understand how terrifying the Blue Star Lord's peak power was. That's why he did such a stupid thing and challenged the world by himself. Then what if he has the ability to overturn the world? Bai Haomiao looked at the Wind King barrier on the square and said softly. How is this possible? Lord Qin's eyes widened. The legendary lord has been developed for 52 years and has reached level 99. How could a new lord be able to subvert it? Maybe not. It's just that I believe that when he goes to America alone, he must have his own trump card. Bai Haomiao showed a 5.3 faint smile. I hope so. Lord Qin looked at the live broadcast screen worriedly. The 7 lords of America are all powerful beings who have practiced the rare 9-star technique. The level is as high as level 90. He didn't know how Su Xiao should pass this first level. The sudden scene made Lord Qin stunned. The space is trembling. Existence in space trembles with the prosperity of space. He raised his head blankly, and shock ripples came from the direction of America. The white clouds in the sky of the imperial capital were cleared. The sky is blue. Metal, wood, water, fire, earth, wind, thunder, light and darkness. The 9 elements of the world merged at this moment. Su Xiao opened the secret of elements. Space magic, sky falling. Su Xiao reached out and pressed down. In his eyes, there was no trace of the 7 lords in front of him. At this moment, the American continent sank. At this moment, the whole world is afraid, and the whole world is afraid. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.